Meditation is a really big topic. I am not a master of meditation by any measure, although I have done a great deal of meditation. And so I'm here to give you a summary. What is meditation? This is a working definition of meditation. Meditation is when you can be in any number of positions. It's often done sitting, but you have an object of focus. And that could be breath. It could be a word. It could be a mantra. It could be empty space. It could be an open, focusing on nothing and just focusing on empty space. But you have your attention or attentiveness is directed towards something such that if you stray, you come back to that thing. And that has a special quality of refining the attentiveness, because in a way, your attention is really it's like the thing that we have in life where we direct our attention. And where we direct our attention, our energy goes. And that's how we start to refine the system through meditation. The relationship between meditation and the cellular life and breathing and CO2 levels is that the coherence of the nervous system creates the coherence for the breathing. And the coherence of the nervous system creates the coherence for the metabolics. And the metabolics is where CO2 comes in. And the breathing is where containing the CO2 comes in. We can talk about meditation in three ways. We can talk about the first layer, which is bringing coherence to the autonomic nervous system. It's shifting your system from sympathetic dominance to parasympathetics, activating the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic relaxation response. If you create safety and peace on the level of the autonomic nervous system through meditation, you create the first level of a higher control pause and reduced breathing. If you go further, you start to create coherence in the brain. When you create coherence in the brain, you start to have a calmer and clearer mind. That creates an even deeper layer of stillness in the physiology, in the breathing, and creates brain coherence, which allows for a quiet and calm mind, which can experience life differently and is more able to experience the present moment. When you go deeper into meditation, you can experience heart coherence and this is an even higher CP when you take peace and safety in the autonomic system, when you take coherence on top of that in the brain to create quietness of the mind, and then you create heart coherence, you start to begin to have a quality of spiritual awakening. And there you start to awaken to what is really the ground of being or the essential nature of life. What are the qualities of all phenomenon? And what is the glue and the organizing principle of life force and of the universe and of matter and of love? So these deepen us into deeper and deeper states of consciousness and coherence within the system. That level of consciousness and coherence entrains the metabolics and the breathing to create very, very deep states. As I'm talking about it and you're resonating with it, you can feel the progression of the deepening of the states into less and less breathing, correspondingly higher and higher CO2 levels. So there are so many ways to meditate, and there's no wrong way. All roads lead to Rome, and all paths are valid here. There are different ways that people meditate, and I'm really excited about up-leveling our co-creative aspect of Mastermind by now engaging our group some people who have quite a lot of meditation experience, so they can shed some light on the lived wisdom that they have and also some of the techniques that they use. How does that sound? Cool. So first, I'd like to pass it over to Oksana. Oksana, if you could share your meditation experience briefly, what style of meditation you do and what that looks like, and any other insights you'd like to offer.
Sure. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Oksana.
So meditation changed my life completely. I used to live my life from here and above my head. My life was driven by my ego, and I had very fixed mindset. It's all shifted with when I started meditating about 10 years ago. It was shifting very slowly, but really everything changed when I took my first Vipassana meditation course 6 years ago. Some of the insights that were the most profound was the understanding of love. Not on the conceptual level, but on a very deep level. I just remember coming back home and looking at my husband's eyes and telling him, I love you. He looked back and he asked why. And there was nothing. There was no why for me. It was just because. And at that moment, I understood very clearly what Jesus meant when he said, love your neighbors as you love yourself. Or when Ramana Maharshi said, when he was asked, what about others? His answer was, there was no other. It's all the same. Then there was another shift. When I was in very deep meditation, I asked the question, who am I? And there was that space, that openness, and there was nothing. And that from that place, the knowing came. Then there's no gender. Then there's no race. That there's no Christianity. That there is no any other tradition. It felt like it all was a play, and I was in it. I was in that play, having different roles. It was quite liberating to feel that I was nothing. And it was very, very freeing to feel that nothingness. Then the sense of gratitude intensified significantly. I cannot tell you how many times I say thank you, just to myself, just to say thank you throughout the day. All senses, specifically seeing, hearing, and tasting, intensified significantly. It felt like I was seeing the world through many veils, and one of them fell. The food tastes differently. The birds sing differently. The sky looks different. It all changed, it all shifted. I became happier. My relationships with the family improved significantly. They haven't changed. It's just something shifted, and I don't know what it is, and I don't want to. I'm just accepting the fact that it is different. And the last insight that I wanted to share, and I clearly remember, it was my 4th time I was meditating. It was my 4th 10-day course. And finally, I think it was 7th or 8th day, I understood what equanimity was. I always thought that I knew what it was, that I always thought I knew what love was, but it was all conceptual. And I was just sitting there like, oh my God, is that what it means? It was a huge realization because my mind always thought, yeah, you understand what equanimity is. But it never came from that unknown space until that time. That's all. That's all I wanted to share.
Wow.
Just it's a very different, it's a different, very different world to me. Very different world to me. It's just, and along with that comes sharper mind, better memory. I can focus better, concentration is there, sleeping patterns improved, fear dissipates, there's no worry. You can calm your mind, very fast. The chatter is still there, it comes and goes. However, it brings me to present moment faster than it used to. I can recognize my ego kicking in right away and step out of it faster and faster. So there's lots of benefits, and also lots of pain comes with it. When you go deep, I really felt the pain. My whole body was very painful. It was screaming. I don't know how to explain it. But before the pain releases itself, it's very painful. So that was my experience.
Thank you.
So thank you.